I've been joined by Dr. Bruce McCutcheon, the Athletic Director here at Lafayette College. And Bruce, on a day like today, as I've gone through the resumes of all of the 26 football players who are coming here, I see nothing but honor roll, honor society, academic awards to them, as well as their exploits in terms of the football, and I'm sure it's the same for the field hockey and the soccer players. You have to be especially proud of not only your athletic programs, but also the kind of kids that come here to Lafayette College to matriculate as students.
Absolutely, Gary. And we all were celebrating earlier this year the great success we had with our graduation success rates. But that all starts where what happens here today, with the great kids that our coaches are recruiting to bring into the first place. Everyone on our staff totally bought into the mission of this college, totally bought into the mission and core values of our athletic program, and they go out and recruit those kids that emulate that. It's also a really exciting time for those young people. I get excited about today because this is one of those great, the tree branch, the crossroads, where kids come to a point in the road and they're going to say, I'm going this way or that way.
A real milestone.
It is, yeah. And it's life-changing. And the experiences that they'll have from this point forward will be nothing like they'll ever experience again. And so that's pretty neat.
What's nice too is when we see them leave here as seniors, how positively they talk about that life-changing experience by being on campus here at Lafayette for 4 years.
No question. And certainly the athletic piece is a big part of why they've chosen to come to Lafayette, but it's not the only reason they've chosen to come here. They've come here because of the great academic programs we have, because of the great mentorship they'll get from the faculty and staff that are here. It's a whole package, and we're just really excited to be a part of that and part of these young people's lives as they're as we like to say around here, they're launching their life here at Lafayette.
And we talked to Coach Devani about that in our first segment today, which everybody can watch again on Signing Day Central on GoLeopards.com. And he wanted to pay special attention to the professors who, when he brought the kids on campus, took time out of their Saturday to meet with those kids, and how many professors from the academic side of the institution wanted to talk to the kids about the academics here, because obviously if you come to Lafayette to play football, you're not coming to be an NFL player. You're coming here to get a good education, you're coming here to do something you really enjoy doing, and the professors are an integral part, I'm sure, of selling the college to the kids.
There's no question about that either. And those folks that are here as the professors, the instructors at Lafayette, they're at an undergraduate-only institution. And so that's where their focus is. And so they like to spend as much time with the students inside and outside the classroom. It's a huge help to us, but it's also a huge help to the whole institution that they take that kind of a time. We can't be more appreciative of that effort that they place on behalf of these young people in our athletic program.
So certainly an exciting day, as we have listed for you all of the young student athletes who are signed up now to come here in the fall and play not only athletics but also to matriculate. And Bruce, I know your primary job and the big job is to be athletic director, but you've kind of taken on a whole bigger job, selling the 150th edition of Lafayette Lehigh, November 22nd, 2014. And I guess the good news is we don't have to talk about tickets, because for the most part they're gone.
For the most part they are gone. What is left for both institutions are the tickets that we have for students. We'll be making those announcements here very shortly for the student body, but that ticket sale will begin on April the 2nd. And we've set aside enough tickets so that all the currently enrolled students and these new students will be coming in September. We'll have an opportunity to purchase those tickets as well. So the kids are already on campuses now. Their sale will begin in April 2nd. And then sometime late summer, early fall, we'll have the sale just for the new students who will be enrolling in the fall.
And I would have to think that some of the kids who did sign today to come play football here at Lafayette, that in the back of their mind had to be the thrill and the expectation of playing a football game at Yankee Stadium.
I'm thinking our coaches probably said something about that. Well, I know what they talk about a lot is just the history and tradition of football at a place like Lafayette College. And a huge part of that, obviously, is a rivalry with our good friends down the road at Lehigh. And this 150th game, when we talked about from the very beginning, Joe Stair, the athletic director at Lehigh, and I, about making this the most memorable event that we possibly can for, first and foremost, in our view, the students who participate in it, but then all the way up through the students who are participating in it, the coaches, the staff, alumni and friends, all across this great country of ours. In fact, all across this world, whether we have people be either flying in for that game or hopefully watching it on a national platform.
On national TV. And I think I'm correct in this statement. Yankee Stadium has hosted other college football games of rather large institutions, Notre Dame to name one. I don't think they will have seen a crowd like you guys are going to put in the stands.
We're going to rival some of the best that they've had there, yes. The last couple of Pinstripe Bowls, they've had great crowds there, but we're already at
more than that.
More than that, and so that aspect of it is pretty amazing. We talked about this on our campus as well. The alumni at this place are so proud of their institution, and they want every opportunity, in my view, every opportunity to pretty much stand up, pound on their chest a little bit and say, yeah, that's my school. And now we're doing this on an iconic stage at Yankee Stadium in the mega cities of the world in New York City. And so we've got our alumni going to be able to stand up and say, that's my school. It's pretty cool.
Today is National Signing Day, and it's all about putting a signature on a piece of paper. And I would venture to guess, when you put your signature on that contract and that piece of paper, knowing what the upfront costs were going to be, you had to be a little bit nervous, but not so nervous anymore.
Well, not at all. Certainly not now. At the time, certainly there was risk involved with this. We weighed that very carefully and had great conversations with senior management here at Lafayette. I know Joe did the same over at Lehigh. So it was a collective decision to do this. But we really felt that, if my wife's fond of saying, if you don't leap, you don't land. So you got to take some chances every once in a while. But it was a calculated risk and some great help, particularly with our CFO, Mitch Ween, helping us through the financial models to see if we can make this thing work. And we thought, yeah, we can do this. And so we jumped in with both feet. And we certainly thought that to sell all the tickets, we may need some additional help. But
it's amazing.
The first 10 days, we made our nut and we're just running.
And you've hit 40,000 and counting.
Oh,
right?
yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Amazing.
It's pretty neat.
We have a neat day today, too. Not only have we discussed what's going on today during National Signing Day, but we do on the Lafayette Sports Network have the women's basketball game. They're very hot right now as they're putting win after win together as they'll take on Bucknell. That's a 7 o'clock start on the Lafayette Sports Network. On the Patriot League Network, you can watch the men. They're playing up at Bucknell at a place they have never won. So Lafayette playing better. The men are playing better. Maybe tonight's the night they win at Soika Pavilion. We certainly keep our fingers crossed for that. So I don't think there's any question, too, that the Lafayette Sports Network, GoLeopards.com, all of the internet stuff that's out there about Lafayette College. I mean, this is something probably 10 years ago you could not have ever anticipated. But what a job people like Brooke do, Scott do, Phil do. I mean, it's just amazing.
It is amazing. We have an incredibly talented group of folks here, headed up with Scott and his talented team. We'll get tap into just absolute pros like yourself and Mike to do this kind of thing for us, particularly on LSN. I just saw that, I didn't realize that yesterday was the 10th anniversary of Facebook.
Oh.
And to me, that's going by this fast.
Right.
And what the explosion of just digital media and all that social media, it's just remarkable. And I'm following on Twitter with a lot of stuff with whatever our coach Mickey Fine's been doing, and really seeing the excitement from the kids who have signed and what they're putting out there on social media. It's pretty phenomenal. It's really exciting.
Yeah, it really is, and certainly we just love being a part of it. Thanks for joining me. I'll see you tonight at the basketball game.
Yes, sir. Always a pleasure. Thank you.
Dr. Bruce McCutcheon, we're going to take a short break here, and when we come back, I think we should finish this day with a student athlete. We'll have Ross Sherman of the Lafayette College football team. He'll be back with me right after this short pause.